So the purpose of Holocaust Memorial Day is to remember the Holocaust, and the Holocaust affected millions of people in Europe. It affected the Jews, affected gypsies, affected many, many other people, and we remember in order to take it as a warning. And this year the heading, if you like, that we're working under is the power of words, because it's with words that we can remember. The word, remember, never forget, more words. And this is how we make contact with each other, talk to each other, conjure up what happened and remember so that it can't and must not happen again. What I've been doing in Cambridge is sharing the memories and the experiences of people in my family that I found out through researching and through little rumours and little bits that came to me via my relatives. And I've pieced together how many people on my father's side of the family died in the Holocaust, were killed one way or another, whether they were in France or Poland. So I've been sharing that with school students in primary schools and secondary schools, and also other poems that are about why we write and how we write, and indeed about the power of words. I have one of my poems is called Words Are Ours, and so it's to show these students how they can use words, the way they can use words in a symbolic way in order to move us, that if you start talking about things like flowers that die and so on, these are symbols. So it's sharing the idea that we can write about these awful things in ways that are very powerful because of what they represent. So that's the kind of work we've been doing. At 5 o'clock this Sunday at the Guildhall, we're commemorating Holocaust Memorial Day, and anyone and everyone is welcome. It's going to be a ceremony, it'll be a solemn and thoughtful occasion, but everyone, absolutely everyone, is welcome. At the ceremony this Sunday, you'll hear poems written by the school students that have come out of our workshops that we've been running from History Works. And these are poems where the children, the school students, have imagined the situations, the awful situations that occurred during the war. And I've written a poem, one of my poems is called Yours Hopefully, and it's based on the letters that my relatives sent from Poland and France to their American relatives, calling for help. And I've written it in two languages, two of the languages they spoke, German and English. So it begins, Meine Lieben, my dears, because that's how they wrote to their relatives, looking for help. In different parts of the world and in different languages, people try to learn from these terrible things that happen. Out of South Africa, we had the idea of forgiveness. If you go to one of the terrible sites in France where there was like a mini genocide, if I can put it that way, of a terrible slaughter, you see signs up that say Souviens-toi, that means remember. Other times you come across never forget. I try and hold all those ideas in my head, the idea that we have to remember, we must never forget, because you never know, just in the space of maybe 2-3 years, things can happen. And so we have to remember that, think how that happened, and do everything we can to make sure that it can't happen again.